Welcome to another day of Bhagavad Gita Sadhana, continuous practice done over a long period of time with faith that it will benefit you. I am Atmadarshan, or Laura. Studying the Bhagavad Gita has benefited me in so many ways, and I got to see that yesterday. So you may or may not know that here in the United States of America, something unprecedented happened, which is that a currently sitting president dropped out very kind of last minute of the upcoming presidential election race. I know where I was. I was at a Cleveland Guardians game, a sporting event. Such a great analogy for the Bhagavad Gita. When the news popped in, I saw it on my phone. I shared it with my companions. Boy, were there some different reactions. Very different. And this is prompting me to kind of go off. I said yesterday we were going to do a certain topic today, but I think we need this topic today because it really relates to applying equanimity, or being who and how you want to be consistently throughout your life. So, yeah, there were varied reactions to what happened here in the States yesterday. And it's so interesting to watch because ultimately, politics is about being able to develop a relationship with not just one person one-on-one, but with lots of people, lots of different people, and not necessarily people you would choose to be in a more personal relationship or a more intimate relationship with. But if you're part of a country, you are in a relationship, whether you like it or not, with all the people in the country. And it got me also to thinking about, I'm back here today. I wasn't expecting to be this hammock. So some people, when the news came out yesterday, gloated. And if you're in a relationship with somebody and there's something that's happening, you get your way and you gloat, what effect does that have on the other in the relationship? Just think about that. And then other people I saw crumble, like despair. And if you're in a relationship with someone else and a hardship comes up and you just crumble in despair, what's going to happen? I mean, what are you going to get out of that? So this is very much what the Gita says. I mean, this is what Arjun's going through at the very beginning of the Gita. He's gloating. He's like, of course we're going to win. We're great. And then just a few verses and he's like, no way. And he goes through he is like on a hammock of life. I was going to say pendulum, but the hammock is so handy. So one of the challenges with politics and with relationship, politics lets us see relationship on a bigger scale. So if you're in a relationship and okay, equanimity, I just whacked my heel on the hammock. Okay. So you're all right. So you're in a relationship and the person you're in the relationship with always gets what they want. What's that going to be like? So here we go. This is an extreme. I always get what I want in a relationship. Then if something happens and causes me to let go, even for a minute, to relax or to relinquish some power, what happens? It doesn't come back to the middle. The hammock doesn't come back to the middle. The pendulum doesn't come back to the middle. It what? Swings greatly to the other side. So we have to remember in life that whenever we're really getting what we want, things will shift. And then we'll have to go through a phase of getting not what we want, and a lot of it. And that has to happen and happen until we come back to equilibrium. What Krishna is saying in the Gita is just don't let this happen. If you don't want it to, if you enjoy the ride, do it. But then don't complain because it takes so long to get back to the middle. So in a relationship, if somebody else is always getting what they want and it goes one way, and then it comes back to what you want the other way, that's going to be a very unstable relationship, right? And we can see this in the country right now, the instability of politics. One party gets what they want. Then the other one takes over and they start undoing everything and they get what they want on the other party. And it creates a real unstable feeling in the entire populace. In your individual relationships too, always getting what you want, Bad. Always letting the other person get what they want? Bad. Right in the middle. So, can we, as individuals, as a country, as a world, because other world leaders have commented and it does affect other relationships, it affects other relationships, can we start looking for this equanimity? Because if we don't, here's what the Mahabharata teaches us. The Mahabharata is the source material of the Bhagavad Gita. And one of its purposes is to show us the consequences of our choices so that we can go, oh, yeah, maybe that's not such a good choice. So in the Gita, the current ruling party, the Kauravas, they got what they wanted politically, and they kicked out everybody, in the ruling party that opposed them. And they've had their way unconditionally for 13 years, not just 4 years, 13 years, right? And their opposition, the Pandavas, the 5 good guys of the Bhagavad Gita, came back and said, look, just give us a little bit. Give us 5 small villages in this whole empire to rule, and we'll be happy. But the party in power said, we're giving you nothing. We are keeping all the power for ourselves. And then what? Civil war. So, can we learn from this lesson? In our relationship, I've got the power. I always get what I want, and the heck with my partner. In the country, my party always gets what it wants. The heck with these other crazy people. I mean, we could use this rhetoric. Can't we give a little? I mean, really. If we don't, there's going to be civil war. It could be in our relationship. It could be in the whole country. It could cause war throughout the world. So can you, however you might feel, maybe you don't care about this whole thing, which that's a whole nother response. And then you can go, I completely don't care. Do I completely care? Can you find out who you are in this moment and be that, and allow other people to be also? Give them their power in the moment, and you have your power. If not, well, we'll see. We'll see. When this happened yesterday, I was like, well, that's interesting, and let's see what happens. So that's going to be my attitude. Let's see. But I know it's hard. I know it's hard. Today's practice is dedicated to people who are not physically whole and well right now, including the neighbor's gray cat next door. He's ill. He's been lying in the window for days, just in the sun. His owner, no, the people he lives with are wonderful and have created this beautiful spot in the sun for him. Thinking of you, also thinking of Ellen. May you feel better, and Vera, and anyone out there who's suffering, especially from these big mood swings. May you find peace. May you find comfort. Shall we? Oh, this could be fun. All right, we're going to do our asana first. Whoa. Let's find balance. Switch. I invite you for the next minutes to contemplate how you usually react when a huge crisis or a small crisis, however you perceive it, comes up. Gloat, crumble, somewhere in between. The in between is just being yourself, not being swayed to the opposite. So let's contemplate that, shall we? 5 minutes. Welcome back. Welcome back. Thank you for being part of this. Hope this gives you an idea of how you can take your spiritual practice into daily life. So, a couple things. One is if you'd like to join me for classes, longer classes, they start this week, link below. Love to have you, especially because we're discussing discernment in many of them. The second one is I am not here live with you tomorrow. I am doing my practice, but I'll be waiting in a doctor's office, which should be fun for others in the waiting room with me. And I'm not broadcasting from there. So notice your ability to stay equanimous if you forget and you're like, where is it? I can't find it. Okay, but I'll be back, God willing. And then just the third for your edification is so my hammock is on a stand, and when I push back, whack. Boy, I never knew the Achilles tendon was so sensitive. I'll be more mindful. I'll miss you tomorrow, but you'll be in my heart until 2 days from now. See ya.